Is that the way up? Do you think? I mean, is that the way in for new young kids out there that want to get into this industry? Should they be coming in as a camera assistant? What do you think is the best path? And I know it's different for everybody, but what do you think?
Well, I think you answered it. I mean, it is definitely different for everyone. I think you find your own path and you create your own path. I mean, there's people who never assisted and they're amazing cinematographers. There's people who came in through being gaffers. Some people who came up the ladder from, loader operator, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. I guess my suggestion is just take all the opportunities that you can, that present, to yourself. Like if you want, if they offer you to do something, do it. Like don't doubt it. And if you don't know it, learn it or just say yes. I remember my dad saying when he was an architect and, when he first started his career, he got some project and, he didn't even know how to do it. He just said yes. And then after he said yes, he got the job. Then he started, looking for people who knew how to do it,
Oh my God. Is that not the best way? It really is. I mean, you got to just say yes and figure it out.
Yes. Yeah. Because no matter what, I mean, if you look at it, if you think about it, it's pretty much the same as like doing Watchmen. Like, okay, here's the script. The camera flies. I don't know how to do that. Well, let's find out. So it's kind of like the same process. You have to like find a way to do it. And you can always call and ask, research or read or, there's all these resources out there that you can just, figure it out somehow,
For me, I think the telltale sign that someone is at the beginning of their career or not, or that they don't even necessarily really have a great handle over what their career is when they think they know how to do everything. Like when I'm working with someone and they tell me, I don't know how to do that, but I want to learn and I know exactly the right person to call to figure out how to do it. Right. Then I know I'm working with someone that has been through challenges before. They've seen things before. They've overcome stuff. Like, I think that is the best thing for young cinematographers is just don't pretend you know everything. Like admit that you don't, but show the person that you're talking to that you're that you have the will to figure it out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, we all go through situations. I mean, the first scene on episode 5 was this research group. How do you say research group? No,
research group. Yeah.
Yeah. So this scene where they're interviewing these people about New York, and kind of like making a questionnaire on a research group. And I remember we did the research. That was, I don't know, for whatever reason we did the blocking, the rehearsal, and that is like, how do we start? And I was like, I don't know. I have no idea where to start. And then it's like, okay, well, I don't know. Let's put the camera here and put the other one there. And so, sometimes it's very clear what you're gonna do. Sometimes you don't have it clear, and so you start building it as you go. But I guess not being afraid of sometimes saying I don't know, because you're not God to know everything. So sometimes you don't know it, and it's like, okay, let's just figure it out. Some people get nervous when I said that moment, like, I don't know. It was like, oh my God, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? It was like, don't worry, we'll figure it out. I'm just being honest. I don't know.
Exactly. I love that. Any advice for new filmmakers out there listening that look at your work and really are aspiring to do that level of cinematography?
Keep on watching movies. Keep on watching art. Pay attention to every situation that you walk into. Look at the light that comes through your window. Look what happens when you turn on this light or the other. Go to museums, a lot of museums. Look at art. Look at pictures. Just be inspired with anything, like the way a tree moves with the wind. I mean, anything is an inspiration because it's light, it's motion, it's poetry. So just be open to all your senses and try to take it all in. I say that because I could have said also like, take all the opportunities and do your best and learn this and learn that. But that's
that's a given.
Anyway. Yeah, so
that's a given.
Why not just go and explore your life?
Well, you mentioned architecture a few times in this interview, and then you just revealed a couple minutes ago your father was an architect.
Right.
So I love an architect's approach to space. Like, I think coming at cinematography, thinking about locations with some architecture experience, not even experience, but just appreciation, is crucial. And I love that you mentioned it a bunch of times, and it had to have been because it was in your home.
It was in my home, yeah. I actually went to architecture school for like a semester, and then I said, no, this is not for me, And then I quit and I went to film school.
Well, what did you pick up from that semester? There must have been something that you took with you.
I think more from that semester, I would say more from just working with my dad and seeing what he did and going to his construction sites and stuff. So,
yeah.
But yeah, it's just like learning about the way you appreciate architecture, the way you're saying it, like the way you understand, I love going out to see places and going to spaces and see what they feel like and see how they are lit naturally, So that's where you learn from. And I have the sense of what a space is. How do you move in a space, or how do you understand this space that you're working on? What are the right angles? How does it have an impact depending where you put your eye,
Yeah, I love that.
So yeah, it's working with volume and light and depth and so all these elements that we're using on cinematography the same way.